Hi there everyone, I'm Ryan Liberty, and in this video I'm going to answer the question, what are flashbacks? Let's see.
Ooh, ah.
Okay, so what are flashbacks? Well, a flashback is something that usually happens after a trauma has occurred, and you'll see this in disorders like post-traumatic stress disorder, c-ptsd, acute stress disorder, any of the trauma and stressor-related disorders, and a therapist or somebody would be able to diagnose that for you. So please don't use any of the information that I'm giving you in this video to make a diagnosis of yourself or somebody else. But a flashback is something that happens after a trigger. So I have a video on what a trigger is, but a trigger is generally something that sets off a flashback. It's a reminder of a traumatic event. And I've got some notes here that I'm looking at just to be sure that I have the right information. But it begins with the trigger, and the trigger could be something as simple as a sensation in your body. It could be an external reminder, like there could be a pot or something that reminds you of what happened, or if you see a car going by, a chandelier, like it could be an object. So you got objects, it could be an emotional feeling, it could be a person, any of these things could be a trigger, circumstance, a place, any of those could be a trigger to a flashback. So you have the trigger, and then you have the actual flashback, and the flashback is the re-experiencing of the traumatic event. So whatever it is that happened to you, let's say you were attacked in an airport. So anytime you go to the airport, maybe the airport itself is the trigger for you, and when you're standing in the airport, all of a sudden you get this overwhelming feeling of you're about to be attacked, or you are being attacked, or you're just, the stress level and everything goes up. That fight or flight mechanism kicks in. That would be the re-experiencing of the traumatic event. So there, again, the intense anxiety is really what characterizes that. It feels as if you're living in that event again. But I do want to make mention that there are emotional flashbacks, which are not exactly the whole... When we think of flashbacks, we probably feel like you're seeing everything happen in front of you again. It's not quite always that way. Sometimes it's just an emotional flashback, where you may go to the airport and have forgotten a long time ago that you were even attacked in the airport. And then all of a sudden you just get this emotional rush and you don't really understand where it's coming from. But you're not seeing that you were attacked. You're not feeling attacked necessarily. You're just feeling like this overwhelming emotion, and it just kind of comes out of nowhere. So that would be an emotional flashback. Now, I gave you a little description here of what it is. Let's talk about what it feels like. So in your body, you're going to feel all the symptoms that happen with anxiety. So you're going to feel maybe sweating, some tingling in your fingers and toes, chest pain, anything that has to do with anxiety. I have a video on anxiety if you want to look up the symptoms of that. As far as what's going on in your brain and your thoughts, you're probably going to have a little bit of trouble concentrating because you're so overwhelmed with anxiety. And just because it's a traumatic event we're talking about here, trauma always has negative thoughts linked to it. So you may start blaming yourself, or you may start feeling like you deserve what's happening to you, or just get into a bad negative mood. Emotionally, you're going to experience the fear of what happened, or maybe some anger around it, and you may feel some shame actually about the way you reacted because you don't understand why you reacted, so you're kind of embarrassed by it. And as far as what happens, like what do we do when that's going on, you may see that somebody who's experiencing a flashback is having like an outburst, or because of their mood, that anxiety, they're lashing out, they're getting angry. And another thing that some people may do is they may avoid those situations. So in the case of the airport that I've mentioned, somebody may just avoid going to the airport. They may not even know why. They may just feel like, oh, I don't like airports, and then just kind of avoid it. But that's something that they will do to keep away from experiencing a flashback again. So this has just been a brief overview of what a flashback is. I hope it gives you a good rounded perspective on what it is and helps you or a loved one to cope with experiencing a flashback. So thank you for watching and checking it out today. Hey, it's Ryan Liberty. If you liked that video, please give it a thumbs up, share with a friend, and leave any questions or comments down below because that would really help me out. If you're somebody who's gone through a traumatic event and you're feeling cut off from the people around you, I have a free course that will help with that, so please click to get it. And if you'd like to see the rest of my videos, please click subscribe. As always, I want to remind you that your life matters. Nobody can question your worth. However it is that you're feeling, whatever it is that you're going through, it's okay and you are loved. Thanks again for watching.